don't know if you can see this, but this is the placenta. Looks like her tail, but it's not. It's the placenta getting dragged out. Now, the vet said that because she had twins, it would take a long time, maybe a week or two even, for the placenta to come out by itself. He was explaining that in the old days, they used to come and just pull it out. But of course, that would create infections, and then they'd have to shoot the cow up with all kinds of antibiotics, and it was just too invasive. So now what they do is they just let nature take its course, and the placenta will eventually come out. And I can see today, really hopeful that it's on its way out. It's been dragged around the floor, which is pretty gruesome, because what happens is the cow pees and it fills up the placenta a bit. And so then you kind of have these bags of urine inside the placenta bag, yanking it out. It's not a pretty sight. And it doesn't smell so great either. And it is worrisome, but apparently this is what happens. And a lot of people, the farmers and that, got a little bit freaked out when they were seeing this, because it's not very often they see twins. But so this is normal for twins. So just to let everybody know that if you have a cow, and this is what Govindas Farm is all about, is we're learning, and whatever we're learning, I'm trying to videotape it and post it so you can also have this knowledge. So if you have, calves and the placenta's hanging out down to the ground, then then it's not such a big freak out. Also, it reminds me of when our people do the sun dance and they pierce their chest, and they lean back and they pray, they fast and pray for the people, and it has to eventually rip out. And sometimes they have to put weights on it because it's not coming out, so they have to weigh it down and then run backwards, and it rips out of their chest. So this kind of reminds me of that it's weighed down and it has to come out by itself gently. I'd love to be able, I was thinking, I could just cut it, but then it's not doing its job then. This way the weight is actually pulling it out. So it's all good. I even tried to milk her. She didn't have any milk for me because the calves are on her. But it got me accustomed to being near her, because I am kind of scared of her. I don't know her. And she's getting to know me because I've been feeding her every day, feeding her mash, and then I brush her down, and I'm starting to understand her a little bit. We're starting to understand one another. And I speak to her in French. Je parle en français. Alors je lui dis qu'elle devrait être gentille. And this way, I try to speak to her in French, because obviously she came from Quebec. And sometimes I think the farmer used to swear a lot, because when I'm not swearing at her, I'm just saying like, "Oh, Colin, qu'est-ce que tu fais là?" in the Quebecois accent. And she was listening to me. Her eyes perk up, and it's like, "Oh, I understand that." So yeah, so it's kind of cool just to see that, yes, cows do, when they understand you, depending on your language that you're using, they get trained up like that. So this is a French-Canadian cow, and she does understand French. So yeah, so that's it for today. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.